Yo, welcome back to another video, and today we are watching The Art of Selling Your Soul. Why are we watching this? I don't know. It seemed like an interesting video, and I've always been curious, not for me personally, on the whole idea of selling your soul. How does one sell their soul? Is the devil, like, does he weigh your soul or something? Is it like he just sees your potential and then like, all right, how much you want for it? You know? But also, in like real life, no troll, I get like selling your morals or selling what people think is right to get famous.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out. Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
Like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here.
Nah, he's talking about yeah, not me. Well, I should be good.
I'm so sorry. You
I,
can't
I
get
think I
out.
could talk my way up there.
It's over. You heard the songs a million times and you didn't even know. That's up, but I still love you anyway.
I see a lot of talk amongst people today about artists, mainly musical artists, about how they compromise their morals, integrity, and sense of self for an instant gratification of money, fame, or anything else that that artist is in pursuit of, otherwise known as the art of selling your soul. Modern day examples that come to my mind is Lil Nas X, him being an obvious one, publicly supporting the devil and switching to whatever persona would make him the most appealing to a widespread audience. Suki Hana, a rapper who went viral after saying she sold her soul and instantly regretting it, then later on with a case of money next to her going on to say it was just hormone.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you I apologize and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but as far as this music stuff, I won't be doing this music stuff anymore. I started this because this was my dream, and I wanted to make sure I could get me and my kids out the hood. It's always been my passion to rap. A while ago, I had signed a contract and I didn't know nothing about the business or this game out here. And just right now, I'm realizing that I signed my soul. I sold my soul to the devil. I signed myself to the devil. I don't even own myself no more.
Everybody was picking this video up about, this bad deal that you signed.
Bro, usually like the money be like behind the camera, like, how much you want? All right, script. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't show the money. Let people think what they want to think, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people talk about the video, and during that time, like, I be real sensitive when they on their period. Like, I always be crying on my period. And I did not know how this game was. I didn't know the business, and I just know if somebody flaunt a couple dollars at me, and they like, well, listen, we could do this for you. We could do this. People say,
I'm not a girl, so I'm not gonna speak on it.
well, I thought you sold your soul to the devil. Like, sold my soul to the devil. I'm like, I love making money. I get money always.
Or late popular rapper King Von, who rapped about being a demon and how he loved to kill black people.
Bro, it's gonna sound crazy, me trying to defend this, but it's like, who else was he supposed to get? He's in the hood. That, it kind of just congregates of black people. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard of the white guy from O Block. Hey, shout out King, R.I.P. King Von, bro. But I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he do be he do be talking about them people a lot.
Bodies, you gonna need 3-4 hands trying to count my body. I'm a savage, I am what I am. Kill some I do it again. Just be happy that you was not them.
But if I'm being honest though, most people's idea on how you sell your soul is wrong per se. People are so ignorant to the fact of things that they make up their own scenarios in their heads of what goes on behind the scenes. Anytime somebody tries to tell you about an industry or how things work behind the scenes, your first question should be, how does this person know this? Have they seen this with their own eyes? Are they themselves in this industry? Most times, no. So
Yeah, because like, we can say a whole bunch of stuff on how these people got famous. They could have, their music could be bad, but they could have just sucked some meat to get to the top, or yeah, they could have just sucked some meat to get to the top. But you have to like really think that Well, that's really like offensive. Like if a person didn't do that, right, or a person didn't sell their soul, and that's the type of music they genuinely like to make, you just like discrediting their hard work. You know?
So when people are talking about these subjects, they really can only go off a he said, she said type standpoint. Also, y'all need to be broke. And everybody knows that the people on the bottom or the poor will always hate on the people at the top or the rich. So people are always trying to find ways to justify why they are broke and why other people are rich or famous. So this is why most people's perspectives on selling your soul is tainted and very one-sided. Selling your soul is not an obvious process that any person can easily avoid, but rather a subtle psychological lullaby that finds your wants and needs and preys on that and makes you do things you otherwise wouldn't. And there's one person that beautifully explained this concept, who is none other than Kendrick Lamar in his third studio album titled To Pimp a Butterfly, on the 8th track on the album titled For Sale. In this song, where 28-year-old Kendrick Lamar, who's been in the industry for almost a decade now, broke down how the devil convinced him to sell his own soul and how subtle it is, but even the average person sells their soul without even realizing it. Before we move on, I'd just like to thank the sponsor of today's video, My Nutsack. All jokes aside, the real sponsors of today's video is you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and
I remember thinking,
Hey yo.
the chorus of the song opens up on the ending of the song before it, titled Alright, where Kendrick Lamar is struggling with identity, dealing with everyday struggles, and he decides to go running for answers. In the background, we can hear a comforting, euphoric wave-washing track over Kendrick Lamar after he is exhausted from running. Afterwards, Kendrick Lamar comes in immediately rapping in a very seductive voice that is later explained to be Lucy or Lucifer. And he tells Kendrick Lamar that he wants his talents. He wants him to start smoking, drinking, and giving into the worldly instant pleasures. And also, I want you to notice how this beautiful voice that is telling Kendrick Lamar it wants him is the devil. But it's so convincing, it's so seductive, it's so comforting, it's magnetic.
By the end of the day, what? I'm not sure how it is for everybody, but I think about it like this: you can't be, you can only be tempted to do things you already want to do, but you're stopping yourself from doing. So if you already don't want to do it, you wouldn't get tempted. I'm not sure that has anything to do with the video, but that's how I think about it. If you don't want to do something, it would be a lot harder. It'd be a lot harder than just going like, hey, how about you do this? You know, I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself correctly, but it's like, it's already in your heart that you want to do certain things. That's how they get you.
You could even say. The next verse, Kendrick Lamar explains to us how Lucy or Lucifer was able to take Kendrick Lamar to the mall, was able to give him a good life by giving him stories to tell, by giving him an image to sell to the public, pushing on the cycle of violence for monetary gain, for the illusion of the American dream.
You took me to the mall last week. You looked me in my eyes about 4 or 5 times till I was hypnotized, and you clarified that
And he is so lost in the sauce. He is so glamorized and polarized by this presence and by this idea of this new life, this rapper lifestyle, that he doesn't even realize it's literally the devil talking to him. Kendrick Lamar then goes on to tell us how Lucy is very interested in Kendrick.
I remember what you said too. You said, my name is Lucy Kendrick. You introduced me, Kendrick. Usually I don't do this, but I see you on me, Kendrick.
And although Kendrick Lamar, since the first time that Lucy came to him, has always been opposed to selling his soul, over time, by the time Kendrick was 26, when he was releasing his second studio album, Good Kid, Mad City, Lucy tells him at this time that he heard his prayers to God and he was also listening.
I'm Lucy. I loosely heard prayers on your first album, truly. Lucy don't mind, cause at the end of the day, you'll pursue me.
He tells him that he can make him a megastar, a superstar. He can turn a boring average person into something that they never thought they would be before to the public. He's done this multiple times with multiple rappers, and the only thing it costs is your soul. But it's like the thing that cushions this blow is, I don't know if you keep hearing, but how at the end, he keeps saying, I want you. In a very beautiful, woman-esque goddess voice, you could say. It's very enchanting. And over time, Lucy started realizing that Kendrick was willing to sell his soul without even realizing it. And he's starting to get him to
told
put
you.
all his chips in. He tells Kendrick Lamar that he can have the perfect American dream, a car, a nice house, the feeling of financial security, but now in a more blunt, devilish tone.
Lucy give you no worries. Lucy go fill your pockets. Lucy go move your mama high to cop this out the gigantic mansion like I promised.
Lucy obviously has a great liking for Kendrick. He even tells Kendrick Lamar he watched him grow up.
You didn't know that Lucy got you all your life. I watched you, and now you all grown up inside this contract. If that's possible.
Kendrick Lamar is starting to realize that by signing the contract he signed on his first record deal, he partially sold his soul. His misuse of his influence, pimping his butterfly for money and validation, was all part of Lucy's plan for him to get him in a cycle.
Damn, I haven't been talking a lot, huh? Yeah, I'm just listening right now, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing YouTube. And if you've been on the internet for a long enough time, you know that doing like entertainment, music, YouTube, streaming, whatever it may be, can lead you to a lot of money and have a lot of eyes on you. So it's kind of like, dang. Well, I know I'll be tempted one day to sell my soul. Will I? Like, from what I'm understanding from his video, it just comes at you in such a underlying way. Like the way people like just give into just banging a whole bunch of girls and whatnot, and just drinking and smoking to help with like cope with whatever they're going through. It's like, you know what I'm saying? If it's too good to be true, it probably isn't. Dang, that's crazy. Ah, man. Don't sell your soul, guys.
Cycle where he will always come back to Lucy. And that's really how For Sale ends, with Kendrick Lamar realizing that he's selling his soul, that there's all these negative entities around him that are feeding off of him, his talent, his bright light, and he goes home running for answers. I want you all to notice though how in this song, every insecurity that Kendrick Lamar had, whether that be fear of not succeeding, lack of money, discomfort, Lucy or the devil came to aid and comfort him in all of those times. And not to say that the God creator force won't either, but oftentimes when people speak of the devil or selling your soul, they sensationalize it. And they mistake the devil to be this red, big thing with horns that comes in a screeching, nasty tone. But that's not the case most of the times.
Navigate life's ups and downs.
Oftentimes the devil...
You know what's actually crazy? I watched all Lucifer, and through the whole show, his main power was like asking people what they truly desired out of life. He was the devil. And like, look at the fit, like nicely groomed, suit. He's British, and people find a British accent soothing or more demure, if that's a word people still use. Also, whoever made this show, they just punched their ticket. They're cooked.
does not come as that, but rather a cool dude with a leather jacket on a motorcycle who gets a bunch of girls that you want to be like. It can come in the form of a job that you know isn't for you. It is terrible for your soul. It's taking your life force away, but it gives you money, so you go to that job anyways. Lucy, the devil, whatever people want to call it, religious or not, is just a human personification and rationalization of a negative frequency of temptation, frustration, desperation, and it thrives off you staying in those negative frequencies. Its best trick is to put shiny objects in your face, illusions. To a degree, everyone in the world has sold their soul before, because we all go against our soul and innate feelings. But to negate that, you have to know oneself. You have to be aware of...
Not for real, like you said. Like, some people will work a minimum wage job they really don't like because they need money for school, shoes, or just to live in general. But I don't think, is that really selling your soul? Just because you have to sit down or make a sandwich for 8 hours out of your day, not really selling your soul. I think it's just that. I don't think that's selling your soul, because what are you supposed to do? Like, you want to be an artist, YouTuber. It takes time to make money. been at this for what, a year now. Haven't made a single dime off of YouTube. So it's like I have to. Oh yeah, I have to get a job because how am I supposed to pay like rent or pay for school and stuff? I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's selling your soul.
The things
Damn,
that
this video is
pull
supposed to be
you
a
in
lot
certain
funnier.
directions. Because if you don't, you'll go through life, wake up one day and realize you actually hate the person you married. You actually hate this job you gave 20 years to. You hate all these obligations and things holding your spirit down. And you did it all for some monetary earthly gain. Because when you reach that low, when this thing doesn't give you that feeling anymore, because your soul is not intact with it, guess who's offering you an escape from that same prison that they guided you into?
Lucy give you no worries. Lucy got million stories.
So listen to your soul. Nothing is worth it. Not money, not people, and especially a situation or a thing that will not last forever and will pass. And that's the true art of selling your soul. Appreciate y'all this, man. I appreciate y'all boys, you know what I'm saying? I just got back from DreamCon. It's really good. I met some of my favorite creators.
Damn, I thought this video was gonna be a lot funnier, but what I gotta say? Jesus Christ! But again, I really got. I can't really form. Let me try. Not everything is selling your soul. If you want to make a certain, like, if an artist wants to make some devil sounding music, are they doing something that others perceive as wrong? Yes. But does that mean they sold their soul? Nah, because if that's what they truly want, because like take Lil Nas X, if he kept on doing the rap country songs, he still could have been big, but he made the pivot to do all the working on the devil stuff. Did he get bigger after that? Like, isn't Old Town Road still his biggest song? I don't know. You have to do your own research on that, but it's like if a person wants to do something, they will do it. It's not the devil. It's not it's not the devil. But it's not the devil, bro. It's what you wanted to do or what you thought you had to do. So dang. I'm being real philosophical right now, huh? Well, that's all I got.